Hello, hello, hello. I am author Stacey Thomas, and this is the Stacey Thomas Unrestricted Unlimited Talk Show. Thank you, awesome people, for joining us tonight. I've got a beautiful guest here. Before you newcomers, I'd like to tell you who I am. I'm unrestricted unlimited because you can't put me in a box. I, and along with the others that come on my show, we have yet to see all that God is going to do for us. So tonight, we have beautiful Rosalind Williams. And I will say this, although in advertisement I've said it quite a few times, this is an adult show. So if you have younger children in the room, I suggest you ask them to leave the room or you tune back in later on. Okay, so senior creative producer of BLKBEAUTV? BLKBEAUTV, Rosalind, welcome to the show, sweetheart.
Thank you for having me. I love the introduction.
Well, thank you, Rosalind. I get so excited. You know, I feel like I've been knowing you forever. I think the books I started writing 5 years ago, Rosalind, and I remember when I saw you on my Facebook page and you said something about my book. I still remember you made me feel so good. So good, Rosalind, because it's one thing to have your neighbor say, I'm reading your book, but to have a woman that you've never met across the country on the West Coast, I wondered, where did she come from?
I know. I think we were in a book club. We were in some club, and it revolved around erotic writing, I believe. And I know the people that was in the group, if they had books that they have written, they were able to post it. And when you posted your books, I was like, okay, I got to get this book and read it and support her.
Well, I thank you. And what you did not mention, you didn't mention anything about what you're doing now. Now, when I would look at your page, when I would see your post, all I saw was this woman is really living, right? But I had no idea, Rosalind, and please forgive me if I should have known. I didn't know you were doing your own thing with writing, sweetheart.
Well, when we were in the group, I didn't know anything about writing. I wanted to learn how to write. My husband, the first thing he told me to do was just write. I'm like, I don't know how to write. What am I going to write about? So I wrote I think someone had posted a picture in our group, and looking at that picture, I went ahead and wrote an erotic story based on how I saw the cover in the book. I mean, in the posting, and that's how I got started. And from there, I started writing about relationship, dating, during my college days.
Okay, so you started writing. Did you think you're writing, like, were you planning on, okay, so let me back up here. So you started off in the book club, and then you saw something, and you decided, because your husband suggested it to you, to write something. So when you decided to write, Rosalind, did it hit you then, I'm going to write a book, I'm going to write for TV? Where did that come from?
I wanted to write something that I have like experience on. I wanted the stories to all be true. And the stories that I wrote, I wanted to have a platform for that. And I was thinking, okay, if I write this, then that means I have to either give my story away to someone else. And I'm thinking, well, why don't I just, create my own content and my own platform? And from there, just started writing and talking to my husband one day. And I'm like, why don't we just come up with one of the shows on our own, which we decided to call After Hours.
Okay.
And After Hours is a story where people come into the bar and they tell their erotic stories to the bartender. Okay. And from there, that's how After Hours actually got started.
Well, are they any from personal experience?
Yes, love.
Okay.
I'm going to say 99.9% yes. All those stories
Really?
are true.
Really? And
Like
we're
I said,
gonna.
I started off with one story, and I have over 20 stories now. Um, so yes, all the stories are they're all true, and they're not only my stories; they're friend stories, and a lot of people they might not want to give me their names, but they gave me
Okay.
their story as well.
Okay. Now that makes it even more interesting, and we're going to show the viewers a little bit of what you have online. Because we don't have to sit there and like think, oh, do people really do that? Where did that come from? But it's actually people, human beings, being honest about their erotic desires, huh?
Exactly.
Okay. So the genre for the shows, are they, is it going to be erotic across the board?
There's two shows that's going to be erotic across the shows. Black Beauty TV, which is on Roku. We are creating more content,
Okay.
and we're going to have podcast shows on there. We're going to have women talking about fitness, health. Um, so it's going to be pretty much the focus is women, and I want to have women writers, directors, and producers.
Okay.
We're looking for shorts, we're looking for documentaries, we're looking for narratives, and so we're looking for pretty much what women are working on. That's what I want Black Beauty TV to be a platform for that.
Okay. And
I want women to have a voice.
okay. So, and I
And
know,
to be able to and to be able to express their views their way without being criticized for it.
I understand that, unrestricted and unlimited. Do your thing, Rosalind.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So, and it's basically from the cast, African American women, but does it tell the story of any woman regardless of what they go through,
Yes.
or is it the story of African American women?
It's a mixture.
Okay. Okay. And it only comes on late nights.
Right now we have on Roku where you have to subscribe to be able to see any of the shows that we're going to have on Black Beauty TV.
Interesting, Rosalind. I'm proud of you. How hard was it to actually get this started? I mean, it's one thing to write it down on paper. It's a whole nother thing to actually see it, to be able to sit in your home and watch it.
Well, there were times where we would get started and you would think you would have someone that's going to help you financially with it. There's been setbacks. So what I did, I didn't want to give up because that passion was there. It just wouldn't go away. So I just kept writing, and I'm like, okay, one day we're going to be able to shoot this. And what ended up happening, I had 3 individual angels who became my executive producers for After Hours. And at first I'm just like, this is not happening, because you get so close to getting ready to start to shoot something, and then next thing you know, anything can go left. The money falls through, the talent falls through, and you're like back at one. So I was just sitting there, I'm like, okay, sure, this is going to happen. And I kept going step further and further. And the next thing I know, we put up the information on LA Casting, looking for actors to come in and audition. We did 2 days of casting. I was like, wow, are these people here for us? They gonna do this shit?
Excited, right?
I'm like, they really gonna do this? I'm like, nah, this is not gonna happen. So they came in, and first day of casting, I met a great group of people. The ones that we were interested in, we happened to come back for callbacks.
Okay.
And we did our callbacks, and I was like, okay, this is really happening now. But I was still nervous because, trust me, I've been there before. So we did the callbacks. When I say we, my husband and I, and our executive producer, Raymond Williams, Chris Angley, and Barry Bryant, we went through the photos, we went through the tapes, and from there we decided who was going to play which role for the 3 episodes that we're going to be shooting. And from there we picked the talent, gave them a call. They were all excited. We did our table read. We did our wardrobe fitting. I was like, okay, this is really happening. Then we set the dates to start shooting. And I'm like, okay, this is happening.
Right.
This is happening.
So, Rosalind, what did you want to be when you were a little girl?
Oh man. Well, that changed from being a nurse to being a fashion model. I actually went to school. I went to Cal State Long Beach, majored in fashion merchandising.
Okay.
When I first worked on a set, I actually worked in wardrobe. So like I said, I knew nothing about writing.
Okay. So I'm trying to make a point. I'm just trying to picture this, right? So nursing and fashion, and now, and you're on, and senior creative producer of these shows. Were people surprised, Rosalind?
Yes, they were.
They were surprised. Okay. So tell us exactly what your role is, and then we're going to show a clip of your show.
Okay. Well, first we wrote the stories.
So you're the writer.
Yeah, the writer helped out in casting, and on the set, I was a producer on the set as well. Producer and wardrobe. When you have a small team, you pretty much do everything. In order to make it work, you need to.
Okay. Well, I want to share with everyone your gifts, your talents, your stories, and you said some others. All right. So we're going to take a look at that.
Okay.
Hold up. You went to a strange man's hotel room? Are you crazy?
I've been preparing for you, James. Waiting for you.
You do this, then end it. Hear me?
She's sucking a lollipop. I'm like, it's a lollipop. I'm the lollipop.
What can I say? I have an oral fetish thing.
You didn't.
Yes, I did. And the strangest thing happened.
I've been inspired. What's her name?
Robin, with a Y.
Damn!
Do you feel me?
I see you play chess. Chess. You have to up your game. Time for someone single.
Thank all of you for coming.
No, man.
Time for someone single. And tall.
You are one sick puppy.
Hi, does the offer still stand?
I'm gonna miss that take.
Rosalind. Awesome. I was so busy listening to the words, watching the facial expressions. I'm not even sure if I saw the actual ending that I thought I saw before I posted it. But I can always share it again. So, how hard is it to get women and men to do these parts? Or when you put the casting call, do they come in excited because they already have an idea what's going on?
Yes, they already have an idea before coming in, and then when they audition, we also let them know as well that there's going to be adult content. Are you over the age of 18, and are you comfortable playing this role? And everyone was like, yes.
So what's next, Rosalind?
Next, I'm just going to continue writing. And I look forward to getting back on the set. And I want to conquer the world.
Look forward to getting back on the set.
Yes.
No, that's right. And as far as over there in California, the COVID-19, how's this affecting you? Is it holding things up, or are you using this time to do what?
Well, during this time, since we are in the house, we are creating more content, and like the different podcasts that we're coming up with. Also doing rewrites for some of the stories that previously wrote. So it's all about being creative. And then once we're able to get back into the studio and shoot, then we'll be ready to go. We already have the stories, we have the talent, and I'm looking forward to it.
Okay. I am wishing you the very best, Rosalind. And before we go, is there anything that you need to tell the viewers that I haven't asked you about, but you know it needs to be told?
I will say never give up on your dream, even though it seems like, oh, it's taking forever. Especially if that passion is there, never give up. Because you just don't know when that blessing is going to come. Someone's going to bless you. And I feel that if you're being blessed, you should also bless someone else.
Okay.
Keep it going.
Keep it going. Pay it forward. And how can they watch? We have the website up. Is there somewhere? Are you on social media? How can they follow you?
You can follow us on Instagram.
Okay.
And Facebook.
Okay. And please feel free, Rosalind, after this video, please feel free to come up under the video. You already know, post your information, whatever it is that you want people to see, sweetheart. I want to say thank you for coming on. I really appreciate you.
Thank you for having me.
And I'm looking forward to seeing you grow even more. When you guys get started up, feel free, hit me up, Rosalind, if you want to come back and talk about the next new show you're going to have, okay?
I would love to do that. And I would also like to have you on our show, Between the Covers, and interview you regarding your 3 novels that you have out.
Thank you. See, you didn't mention. Tell us how we listen to In Between the Covers.
Oh, that's one of the new podcast shows that we have developed since we've been in the house. And we finished building out the podcast center at our studio.
Okay.
So, yes, once we are ready to rock and roll, I would definitely give you a call.
Please do. And you guys keep it sexy, Rosalind.
Always.
We're going to play the video again. And you guys, you and your husband have a great weekend, and you be safe over there, okay?
I will. You too. Thank you,
Rosalind.
Bye.
Cheers. You're gonna do that? Thank you, sweetheart. Good night.
Good night.
Hello. Another great interview. I want to show you the video just in case you missed it. We're gonna do it one more time, and I'll be back to speak to you.
Hold up. You went to a strange man's hotel room? Are you crazy?
I've been preparing for you, James. Waiting for you.
You do this, then end it. Hear me?
She's sucking a lollipop. I'm like, no, it's a lollipop. I'm the lollipop.
What can I say? I have an oral fetish thing.
You didn't.
Yes, I did. And the strangest thing happened.
I've been inspired. What's her name?
Robin, with a Y.
Damn!
Do you feel me?
I see you play chess. Chess. You have to up your game. Time for someone single.
Thank all of you for coming.
No, man.
Time for someone single. And tall.
You are one sick puppy.
Hi, does the offer still stand?
I'm gonna miss that dick.
Okay. So adults only, you guys check out Rosalind Williams on Facebook. Follow her and please subscribe to her show. And if there's a business page that she posts, please be sure to like. I am Stacey Thomas, unrestricted, unlimited. Don't put me in a box. I have yet to see all that God has for me, right? And I'd like to end it with this. Don't stress too much about yesterday or worry too much about tomorrow. You might just miss living today. And in the meantime, in these times, be like me, prayed up and strapped. Good night.